Hello, I'm Rose, and this is Untwist Your Stitches, my Flosstube channel about cross-stitching mainly, with other crafts thrown in just for fun when I have them. Today I have some embroidery, but no sewing or crocheting. If you are a new viewer, welcome. I hope you find something that you can enjoy and be inspired by, be enabled by. If you are a returning visitor, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate my returning viewers. It makes it very fun to see that there are people that have enjoyed my little stories and sharing enough to come back and see what I have to offer a second time, or a third, or fourth, however many. This is my 6th Flosstube, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I hope you're having a lot of fun sharing with me. Today we have a story. It is related to 2 of my fully finished objects. They are FFOs is the acronym for them. The story is a little bit naughty. So the story is about my daughter and Valentine's Day. Since she was in junior high, she has extremely disliked Valentine's Day. She says it is completely made up, that it's only for card makers, flower sellers, candy, cakes, that kind of thing. It's just very commercialized. And she's not completely wrong. It is a holiday that really, if you look into it, she's pretty spot on about why it is as popular as it is. But anyway, I do know part of the story as to why she dislikes it so much, but I haven't gotten the full story, and maybe someday I will, maybe someday I won't. But anyway, she dislikes Valentine's Day. Now, my son, on the other hand, this is where the story comes in. So let me just get to it and tell you. About, let's see, it's going to be 6 or 7 years ago, at least, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe even 10 years ago. Anyway, my son, who is a medic in the Army, was stationed up in Seattle, Washington, at the base up there, and he had a new girlfriend. It was their first Valentine's Day together, and he was kind of going overboard with all of the gifts and plans and everything that he had. So he called home, and I had put him on speakerphone because I don't know why. He knew that his sister doesn't like Valentine's Day, but he wanted her opinion as to what he had done and if she thought it was enough or if his girlfriend would like it. So anyway, we're on the phone, speakerphone, she's listening, I'm listening, and he's talking about how he had bought her chocolates, he had bought her a stuffed Valentine. I don't remember if it was a bear or what it was, if it was a heart, whatever, but he had bought her something that was a stuffed present, gotten her flowers, gotten rose petals to put all around the presents and chocolates and stuff that he was going to set up on the bed. He was planning this, extraordinary meal that he was going to cook for her, and he was just going on and on about all of these different things. And do you think that's enough? Do you think she'd like it? Is there anything else that you can think of that's Valentine's that maybe I could add in? The whole business. And I'm sitting there watching my daughter this whole time, and she is just cringing and gritting her teeth and just, I can tell that she's trying to hold back. And this is, I mean, we've been on the phone for like 10 minutes or something. He's going on and on and on about all these different things he was doing. And she couldn't handle it any longer. And she just is like, oh, for God's sake, just buy her a card. And, well, she said it. I won't, but she said it. She's like, you know, that's all that you're trying to get anyway. It doesn't matter how much you do or how much you don't do. You're after one thing, just get it over with. So, ever since then, when Valentine's Day comes up, our response to her is, it's just buy her a card, and right? She's like, yeah, that's all it is. So, anyway, I don't have a whole lot of Valentine's decorations. At the beginning of the video, you saw the different things that I showed, and that's basically all I have. It's very low key. I don't, because my daughter is living with us, you know, I'm not going to go all full bore pinks and whatever, and just, you know, make it uncomfortable for her. It's low key. At the moment, I don't have any kind of Valentine's Day decoration, you know, stitched decoration that I can hang on the flagpole for my door display. So I've just got the flowers next to it, as you saw in the pictures at the beginning of the video. So this year I decided that I would make her Valentine's decorations that maybe she could appreciate. Both of these are new starts, finishes, fully finishes. They didn't take long. I even put the pattern together and created the pattern on my PC Stitch program. So I did the whole thing, the pattern, the stitching, the finishing, the whole thing. So the first one I'm going to show you relates to the story that I just did. And it is this little pillow. As you can see, it says, just buy her a card and the eye roll to go with it. And it is finished with this cute little fabric on the back and a little bit of lace around the edges. And so that's one. And the second one is this one. And I don't know, I think it's backwards. It says Love Bites. And it's got the mouth. And again, it's something that I put together on my PC program. Stitched it up. Added this black ribbon around the edges. And the back of it is this flame fabric. So those two are my daughter's decorations for Valentine's Day. Now, I do actually have a couple of actual kind of nice Valentine's type decorations. This one is a previous finish from, I believe, 3 years ago. I did this, and this is a JBW design. It's the elephant. I don't have any information about what the fabric is or anything, but this is just something that I put together to put in my dough bowl. And then this one is a, not Thomas Kincaid, but Mill Hill Kits does his pictures. Why am I drawing a blank? Anyway, I'll add it in the description at the bottom. I haven't figured out how to put it on screen yet, but this is a little pink bird of his, and then I just finished it into this cute little fold. It's a 16 count fabric with these pink stripes in it. So those were previous finishes that I had. They go in my dough bowl with my daughter's decorations, and they sit downstairs on the mantle above the fireplace. So this is my dough bowl for, whoops, dropping things all over the place, but this is, oh, turn it over. There we go. So that is my dough bowl decorations as of right now. I'm gonna try to stitch a few more things. I need something to be able to hang on my door display. There's a couple other, they're not really the sweet Valentine type decorations, but they'll go for February very nicely. My next bit is I have 3 more FFOs, fully finished objects. When I did my WIP parade, I showed you the different things that I was working on. And as it turns out, I'm amazed, but I got 2 of my WIPs finished, which is exciting because now that I've finished those, I have space to start 2 new WIPs. 2 new starts, whatever you want to call them, WIPs, starts, whatever. But I wanted to show you my other FFOs. One of them was the 12 Months of Snowmen by Zweigert. I was working on February's snowman, and I got him finished, and I got him fully finished. Oops, he's upside down. There we go. This is February Snowman Head by Zweigert. The material is something that was given to me by a stitcher that decided that she no longer wanted to do cross stitching. She got into other crafts and decided that she was going to give up cross stitching. So she gave me these wonderful fabrics. There's some lace across the top that I had from my stash, and the back is this pretty rose and heart fabric. And I made it into this envelope pillow cover so that I can take this same pillow and every month I can change out the cover. Now this is February. I have a previous finish and it is January. This is January's snowman from the same book. And this I finished in 2022, I believe. And again, it's this same fabric with the design on it. And the fabric that I used for that is these beautiful snowflakes in gold and silver. And it is also the envelope style of finishing so that it fits that same pillow that February is now living in. My next finish was the embroidery piece that I showed you last time. I was so close to being finished. I just had the center of the sunflower to complete with all of the French knots, and I did, and then I fully finished it. This is a piece that will be going to my daughter. She loves sunflowers, and so this is how I finished it for her. There's these cute little butterfly charms that I found. There's this goldish colored braid, and then I got the the flowers and the little bird to put in front of it. Now the way that it's finished, oh, and the back is covered with this fabric I have in my quilting stash that I thought worked just perfectly. I mean, sunflower, what could be better? The way that I finished it is on Amazon. I found these. They came as a set of 6, and they, shoot, it's not going to go in there like I want it to. But anyway, they were using it for wedding decorations and putting flowers around the edges here and then hanging like pictures or whatever. Well, I got to looking at that and I thought it'd be perfect for round finishes. And I think it really is. I think it's a perfect finish for the round shape that I wanted to go for my sunflower. And like I said, these are from Amazon. I will, in the description, I will put where I found them. And then on the back, I used just these cheap cake rounds from, where did I get them? I think I got them at Michael's. It was a set of 10 for $5. And that's what the backing fabric here is on. And then I just glued them together and added that cording. And it worked wonderfully for what I wanted to do with it. And so that's how it came out. And I'm very pleased. And my daughter's really excited to be able to have this to do in her, or to set in her room for a decoration. And all I had to finish was this little bit here. This whole center here is all French knots. It's just a ton of French knots. I don't know how many I did, but that's what it is all French knots. And I love it. It's so pretty. I won't be doing another one of these embroideries kits, but I was glad that I did it, and I think it came out beautifully, and I'm excited that it's finished and she can have it. And then the final thing, last time I showed you that I had finished my October 31st from, it was A Time for All Things series from Country Cottage Designs. I'll put it in the description. I'm sorry, I should have grabbed my patterns, but I didn't. Anyway, I had finished it, but I hadn't fully finished it. I was waiting on the piece that I wanted to put it on. Well, when it came, it didn't work like I thought it was going to. So I had to modify my idea, and this is what I came up with. So this is October 31st. I got these white pumpkin. They're what you put in with flowers and stuff. They're on these long, thin stakes. I found this at Michael's when I went in there for the cake rounds. This little thing here was something that I had in my stash, and because it has the ravens on each side, I thought that would be great. This here is a wooden piece that I painted and added for just some fill-in, and then another raven up at the top here, and this gold moon charm that I had. And this piece here, this is what I thought I was going to be able to put the entire design on. But when I got the design all laced up on the board that I needed to fit it, it was too big for just this. So I had to add that and put it together as this hanging decoration. I think it still is beautiful. I'm happy with the way it has come out. It's not what I originally had planned, but plans change when things don't work the way you thought they would. So you got to move on and modify and adapt and make it what you need it to be. This is a piece of wood from Michael's that I painted and with some chalk style painting. Again, this is chalk paint with a little bit of just added accent to it. But yeah, that's, I had so many fully finishes and fully finishes. I only have one WIP to show you that I've worked on since we last met. It is the baby Afghan that I am making for my granddaughter. It will be, the square that I'm working on is P, so it'll have this little pig in it. I'm going to take out the bib. I'll leave the ribbon, but I'm going to take the bib off. And this is how far I have gotten. It was a blank square. I didn't have any of the pigs started. So that's how far I've gotten. I will continue working on this until the 7th of the month. And then I will pull out my Birthday SAL stitch and work on it from the 7th to the 10th. But as of right now, we have the little pig butt, his tail, this side of him. There's not that much more to do, so I'm hoping I can get him finished and Q started, because that would be perfect for progress that I want to make. And there'll be, pig will be written on the side right here. You know, in similar to what the rest of the animals have with the letters of the alphabet and their names. Because I had the two full finishes, I can now have some new starts. And one of my new starts is going to be 'Tis the Season Cardinal. It is a design by Barbara Adams, and it's in this Home for the Holidays book. I wanted to just buy the pattern, but the only way that you can get it is to buy it with this book, I have learned. So that's what I did. He is going to be stitched on. This is Mystic Fibers LLC. The name of the fabric is Gosling, and it's an 18 count Aida. And it looks like this. And the fibers that I am using, I have changed all but one of the suggested threads to use. I have, excuse me, I just dropped one of my threads. I have all of these in my stash and I want to use them up. What is the point of buying thread if you're never going to use it? So what I am going to do is these, let's see, these 3 fibers came in my 12 Days of Advent from Tiger Lily Designs. And I will use this obviously for the cardinal, this for one of the greens in the leaves around him, And this is going to be the accent. You can see in him, he's got the black accent. So I'm going to use those. I also had these two classic color works. One is Queen Bee and the other is Antique Lace. Those will be used. The Queen Bee will be his beak, and this Antique Lace will be the snowflakes around the outside of him. And then I also have Green Apple is another one for the leaves. DMC, 371. This is the one color that was called for or was suggested in the book for it. So this will be part of the leaves, or not the leaves, but yes, the leaves, I guess is what the holly leaves. And then this will be the stem that the holly leaves that he's holding in his beak and go around him. So I've got all of these from Stash, and I'll use those up. And this, I'm really excited for this red because it's got a nice variegation to it, and I think it will really make him fun to stitch when I get to him. I'm not sure when exactly this new start will happen. It's going to have to go into the rotation with all of the other things that I showed you during my WIP parade. So it might not get started before my next video, but it will get started soon because I'm excited to see how this is all going to work with the fabric that I've chosen and the colors. So that will be one new start. The next new start, and I'm really excited to do this one, is, excuse me, I'm sorry. My throat is very dry today. It's the Zuka design from Alessandra Adelaide. Oh my goodness, my words today. Alessandra Adelaide. I've seen lots of people working on this. I love pumpkins, but my pumpkins, my favorite pumpkins, are when they are in white. So what I have chosen to do, this is a 16 count. It's called Moon Glow, is what I've chosen to stitch it on. It's a nice buttery yellow color. It's the color's kind of coming through, but not great. And once again, I pulled from my stash and I got out these colors that I think are just going to be great. So the stem up here, I'm going to be using butterscotch. And then these little leaves in there, I'm going to be using broom tree to do those. And then on the main part of the pumpkin, I have already gone through and I have decided which parts of the motifs I'm going to do in different colors. And the colors are going to be, the main color is going to be the White Lightning. Let's see, is it? It's this Weeks Dye Works White Lightning. These others are also Weeks Dye Works colors. but it's the main part of it will be this week's die works, and then the accents in that I'm talking about, these motifs inside there and whatnot are going to be done in Krynic silk, and then some of the other motifs that I've marked are going to be done in this darker Gentle Arts, and it is called Summer Showers. So it's going to be White Lightning and Summer Showers. And I'm really getting excited to see how these are all going to work together. I hope it comes out the way that I've got it in my head. Of course, it doesn't always do that for you, but we'll see. On. Those are my fully finishes, my WIPs, my story, and now we are going to move on to my, what I call postal prizes. Not all of them were in the post, but a good majority of them were. I have chosen for the year of 2024 to do as much stitching from stash with fibers, with fabric, with patterns, with all of it. I went totally berserk September, October, November, December of 2023, and I bought a ton of stuff. And I really didn't need to. But, you know, you get into these things and you start watching Flosstube and you see all these patterns and these fibers and all of this, and you're like, oh, I've got to have it. Well, I had to have it, and I got it. And now it's time to just slow my roll. Enough is enough. So for 2024, unless I absolutely have to do it, I'm not going to buy anymore. I've got 3 or 4 wish lists out there that I'm putting things on. When 2025 comes around, I'll look at it again and decide if I really absolutely have to buy that. If not, but at least it's in my basket. And if I decide to make the choice to buy it, then I can do it then. But I'm really going to try hard in 2024 to not buy any more patterns, any more fabric. If I have to with the floss, I will, but I prefer to just use what I have on hand. Now, having said all that, I do have haul. And I have it because all of this came in December. And even though I did a Flosstube in January, that was my WIP parade. And I didn't want to make it so long that you folks were like, oh, geez, when is she going to stop talking? So I'm going to show it to you now. And a lot of this was Christmas presents from my family. Not all of it, but a lot of it was things that I had put on my wish list and they actually bought for me for Christmas. So that's nice. This little book of honey bee gnomes I found on Amazon. And I just thought they were the most adorable. And they're kind of smallish, so they'll be fun to do when I want something bright and happy and fun. And I've fallen in love with gnomes and bees, and they're just really cute. On 1, 2, 3 Stitch, I love cardinals, and this is a beautiful, beautiful cardinal design. So I got that. Also, like I said, watching other Flosstubes, you get excited to try these different patterns. This one came from 2 Needles Pulling Thread. I believe it was Missy that did this pattern, and it came out gorgeous. just gorgeous. So I had to have it. And this was a Christmas present. One of my family members got that for me. So I was super excited. And actually they got both the cardinal and the door from 123 Stitch. So that was really nice of them. And I was very thankful. Also on Etsy, I had a wish list, and my husband got these for me. They're all from, the Etsy shop is a NewCreations studio. And this one is Oh Holy Night. This is Silent Night. This one is God with Us. Come Let Us Adore Him. Love Has Come. And Joy to the World. Now, you're probably thinking, goodness gracious, those all seem very similar. I couldn't make up my mind. My middle sister collects nativity sets. And I wanted to stitch something for her that was a nativity-related stitch. And so I went through and I looked at these. And the first one that caught my eye was this, God with Us, because I saw someone else, I believe it was on Instagram, they had done that stitch, and then they had a wooden piece that they had found at Hobby Lobby. It says Joy, and that stitched piece fit right in the O of Joy, and then they decorated it up, and I thought, oh, that'd make a great Christmas gift for my sister. Well, then I went and I looked for that pattern, and I saw all of these, and I couldn't make up my mind which one I wanted to do for her. And since I'm doing one for one sister, I need to do one for the other sister. So I need to make up my mind as to which one of these I'm going to do for what sister. And okay, I just couldn't make up my mind, so I bought it. All right, so I put them all on my wish list. And when my husband went through, he just hit, grab all or whatever it is that you do for those wish lists, and he just bought them all. So that's why I couldn't make up my mind, and then he bought them all, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. Then, when Tiger Lily was doing her videos for the 12 days of Advent, or 12 days of Christmas, or whatever she called it, behind her on her shelf, I saw this pattern, and I loved it, so I had to have it for myself. It's called North Pole Milk and Cookie Company. The Etsy designer is Spooky and Steve. And I'm gonna make this up for myself and have it as a decoration in my own home. Of course, when you're on Etsy, you go down that rabbit hole and you start finding things that you really think you can't live without. I found another one. It is by the Little Stitcher, and it's called Advent Magic Candles. And you get all of these patterns. You get the 4 candles all together. You get the single candle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 ornament size pieces. Hope, peace, joy, and love. All of them are for the same price for the one pattern. So it's great. It was a great value. Another one, I believe this is also by, I'll have to put it in the descriptions, but I think this is also by the same designer that did, I can't remember now. I'll put it in the description. But I also found this, and it comes in 3 different color choices. I think there's a blue, a red, this green. I don't remember. Anyway, it's on Etsy. I will put the information in the description, and you can go and look and see if that's something that you would enjoy stitching. And finally, this isn't Christmas related, but it was just so dang cute and I couldn't resist it. I love the saying, something wicked this way comes. And I'm going to be doing that for some of my Halloween decorations. So those patterns, I also, I said I wasn't going to do any more buying for this year, but I joined a monthly club. It's Shannon Christine. She is on Instagram. She has her own website. She's got some really nice patterns. And I joined the Christmas Mugs Club, and you get 1 mug a month, and you can put them together as a single piece. There will be 12, or you can stitch them individually and have ornaments. But this is what it will look like. And so far, I have the first 3. The first one was the deer, then Santa, and this month, the little penguin came out. So I just think they're adorable. Now I am going to change one thing in here, and that is the color of the cup. My Christmas decorations are blue and silver. The majority of them, not all of them, but the majority of my decorations are blue and silver. So instead of having the red cup, I'm going to put that as a blue. So that will be my change. But I'm thinking I'll do it all as one piece. I'm not sure yet. I've got to get a few more of the designs and see how they will look together. But I'm thinking that I want to do them all as one piece, not as individual ornaments. So that goes there. So now, this one was a free pattern that was given to me by Deborah. She is the designer of Tempting Tangles Designs. I met her through a friend that's a stitching friend. I've known her for 12, 13 years now. And we were talking, and, with my move and everything, she said, "Oh, well, I have another friend that has moved up to Idaho. Why don't the two of you see how close you are and get together, and you'll have a stitching friend already?" As it turns out, we will live less than an hour's drive away from each other. So she put us in contact with each other, and we've been talking back and forth, and she's been telling me about the weather up there and whatnot. So it's been really fun. And I went to her website, and I was saying, "Oh, I love your designs, and they're so funky and different, and there's something it's not the same old, same old." And she said, "Well, pick one, and I'll give it to you free as a moving up here frenzy gifting thing." So she gave me, this is the one that really caught my eye, and it's Jack Arachnid. And it's just It's so fun. But go and look at her website. She's got some amazing patterns on there, and they're very different from the normal patterns that you see all the time. She's also on Instagram under Tempting Tangles. Her name is Deborah, or Deb is what my friend calls her. So yeah, I found a new friend that will be up there in the area for me to go stitch with, and also, you know, a designer that I can find some fun patterns with. And yeah, I'd like to just have you go and take a look at what she's got on her site. The other, let's see, so the girl I was talking to you about that put me in contact with Deb from Tempting Tangles, we went to our local LNS last weekend and did some stitching together. We hadn't met up for a while, and we just wanted to touch base with each other and have a nice day out. So we went up there and we stitched for the afternoon. Well, to me, it's polite to buy something when you go and you stitch at one of your LNSs. And I always try to buy something. A pattern, some fabric, some floss. It was her shop that I got most of my mesh bags that I showed you that I've stitched on and whatnot. So I always try to buy something to support my LNS when I'm there to stitch for the day. And so this time I got some fibers because I did need a couple of these for some upcoming projects. So I just grabbed them while I was there. And let me show you. So I've got, let's see, Gentle Arts. Gentle Arts. Yes, so I got these 4 Gentle Art fibers. This one is Buckeye Scarlet. This one is Schoolhouse Red. This is Sunflower. And this is Banker's Gray. And the Banker's Gray, sorry about that. I dropped it and I can't reach it. The Banker's Gray I used on the heart, the outside heart on my Bite Me design that I did. Then I've got some classic color works that I picked up that I will need. This one is Ember. This one is Ladybug. And this one, I wanted it in cotton, but I couldn't get this color in cotton, so I bought this Belsois silk, and it is Watermelon. And I think it's gorgeous. The light's kind of washing them out just a little bit, so they're not true to what the colors are, but they're close. And then some Weeks colors. This one is, whoops, sorry. This one is Bluebonnet. This one is Americana. And this one is Grapefruit. So I needed those for some upcoming projects. I looked at what I needed and I knew I was going there. So those are the ones that I grabbed for those projects. So these will be good to show you for stash. I ordered these in September. September 3rd was when I put the order in for these. I did not receive them until the week before Christmas. Now, I understand as a small business, sometimes things get crazy. My husband and I have had our own business. We just barely sold out, and that's why we're moving to Idaho, is we just sold our business and we're going. So I understand small business problems and delays and whatnot. But as I told the person when I kept emailing them asking why the delay, communication is free. And all it would have taken was a quick email sent saying, look, I know this is on order. I know you're waiting for this. There's a delay. We're working on it. Whatever. I will not be ordering from this company again. There's nothing wrong with the fiber, there's nothing wrong with the fabric. There's nothing wrong with the color. But the communication and the long delay to receive my fabric, just, it wasn't worth it. So anyway, so this is a Stitch Me. It is 28 count linen and the color is Toast. It's a very pretty mottled fabric. I like the color. There's nothing wrong with it. Then this one is linen 28 count Beehive. And it's very nice and bright and will look great with some of those gnomes is what I'm going to put on this. I think the gnomes will go well with that. I also got some 16 count Ada. This one is called Watermelon Slush. Ooh, that's making it very pink. It is not that pink. It is not that neon pink. Wonder if there's a way I can kind of, and that's not the pink either. It's more of a watermelon red. Trust me, it's not that neon pink. Wow, the color on that one is just, that's too much. Then this is 16 count Cold Foam. It's kind of just a nice neutral. This is my Sunshine, 16 count. And last but not least, this one is called Gold Rush. It is a 16 count Ada, and I don't know if it's going to show up or not, but it's got metallic, there it's showing up really well. You can see the metallic in it. But the color isn't showing up. So you can see the metallic, but you can't see the right color. It's a darker brown than what it's showing on camera. Not real dark, but it's darker than what it's showing up. So those are my fabrics that I ordered. And yeah, that's it as far as my stash goes. The next part of my video is always giving love to other floss tubers. And so I will put them in the description as well as telling you who I've been watching lately. Cross Stitching the Globe, Stephanie and Alison, they were so sweet, and on Instagram they helped promote my, if I got 2 more subscribers, I would hit the 200 mark, and they helped me get that word out, and I did hit the 200 mark, so we will be having a giveaway today. I also found a new one. This is Cross My Stitches. Her name is Jackie. Lost Our Stitches. It's a new mother and daughter team. Their names are Allie and Amy. I believe they've put out 3 videos now, and they have some really great stitching. So go and watch them. They're new, but they're really good. Lady Huzzah, she's new to me. I think a lot of you have probably already seen her. Her name is Lisa. The Sassy Southern Stitchers, they're new-ish. They've been out there for a while. I think they're cousins. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe they're just friends. I don't know. But they're 2 girls, Megan and Lisa, and they're real fun to watch. They've got a nice dynamic. The Stitching Owl, Karen, she's been out there for a while. She's got some really cool stitching that she shows you, and I would recommend her. And just before I started filming today, I got a notice that Welcome Stitchery has just put out a new video. Now, they've been missing for a little while. It's Shelley and Justine. I love watching them. They are hilarious. And Justine has a store in... I'm gonna mess this up. I think it's Michigan. No, it's Minnesota. It's Minnesota. She's got a cross-stitch store in Minnesota because they're always talking about the Vikings and whatnot. So, yes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean Michigan. I meant no disrespect there, girls, so don't get on me. But they just put a new video out, and they are worth going and watching. They've got quite a few out already. I think Justine has been very busy expanding her shop, so she's not been able to film very much, but these girls are great, and I think that you would enjoy them. So go to have a look at that. Now, I hit my 200 subscriber mark. Actually, I went a little bit over, not by much, but a little bit. So what I told everybody that when I hit 200, I would do a giveaway. I have 3 items to give away. They're all kits. They're all unbroken. I've never opened these. So, yeah. I have 3 giveaways for you. Each one is a unopened kit. I either was given this in a stash giveaway, or they're things that I bought years ago that I never opened and worked on, and they've been hanging around long enough that I know I'm not going to use them, so I may as well pass them on to somebody who might stitch them. You need to be a subscriber to my channel, and you need to be over the age of 18. Rules involved in getting your address. Don't use any of the words such as giveaway, free, gift, any of that kind of stuff, because people on YouTube troll for those words, and then they pick up and try to get in on the fun. So I want it to be people that are actually watching my video for the reason of enjoying cross stitch. Each kit will have its own keyword, so if you're interested in it, please use the keyword for each one. The first one is this. It is a Candamar Designs, the You Shall Never Be Forgotten. It is meant to be put on a sweatshirt or a t-shirt or a tote bag or something. So it's got the waist canvas with it and all of the threads, but you could choose your own fabric and do this just as a piece to frame and decorate, or a pillow or whatever. So the keyword for this one, the never be forgotten, the keyword is patriotic. Then this is a Golden Collections by Dimension. It's a petite. Stockings Were Hung is the, let's see here. Stockings were hung. Is it showing up? But it's a gold collection petite by Dimensions. Again, it has not been opened. The kit is still closed. It has everything in it: the threads, the fabric, the pattern, everything that you need to complete this. And the key word for this one is going to be Christmas. And the last one is not cross stitch. It is another one of the embroidery pieces that came with the one that I did. So if you'd like to give yourself a chance at trying embroidery, this is a perfect little thing. It's got the fabric. I believe it's got a thread or a needle in there. It's got all of the thread. It's got the pattern. It's got the printed fabric. Everything is there. All you got to do is put it in a hoop and have at it. And the directions are pretty good. They're not great, I won't say. You need to have a little bit of knowledge about different things, but it will show you. This is not, it shows you how to do all of the different stitches that you'll need to do to complete this. And they come out beautifully. They really are a beautiful thing to stitch. So if you're at all interested in doing embroidery, this might be what it is that pushes you over the edge. So this one is going to be, the key word will be flowers. All right, so I'm going to be giving those 3 away, and I hope that you'll come back and watch me again. I won't be making another video until March, but hopefully by then I'll have lots of WIP progress to show you. Maybe a finish, I don't know. I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to say yes either. And if we hit another milestone, say 300, maybe I'll do another giveaway. Just something fun to share with you and to get you excited about watching my video. So have a great day stitching. Enjoy your family and yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself a hug. Have a great time, and thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you coming and sharing with me. Goodbye.